How to measure and track SEO results. Whether you are using Google Analytics or some other service, you need to keep track of how your SEO strategies are working. This gives you the chance to see which tactics are right for your content and what needs to be done about the strategies that are not working. Do you need to tweak it or abandon it and go in a different direction entirely? The answer to these questions lies in data crunching. Once again, you can hire an SEO expert who will break it down to you, but it is not that difficult. Number 1. Organic traffic. The first one is to identify how you are doing in terms of organic search traffic coming in from search engines. These are the results a user gets when they type in a certain set of words into the search bar. The number of visitors your site is getting from this is the first thing to learn. This is because it is targeted. They are looking for a specific detail, and if you have the answer, you should be ranked high enough to cater to their needs. Number 2. Quality of SEO traffic. The best way to determine whether the traffic you are getting is quality traffic or not is to check the increase or decrease in the conversion rate. This means you need to inspect whether the people coming to your site are buying your product or service. If they are new users, are they getting converted into paid customers? There are several tools that can tell you if and when this is happening. Number 3. Keyword ranking. Once you optimize your website, you will be able to track the results for long tail and specific keywords. You can do this by doing a simple Google search for those keywords. Your best case scenario is to rank on top of the page, which is what a quarter of people click on in the SERP. Number 4. Identify slow loading pages. This is often ignored, but if you look at the time it takes for your web pages to load, you will know if that is what you need to work on. If it takes the page longer than 1 to 3 seconds, you are out of the game. The page speed is a big factor when it comes to Google rankings, as mentioned before. Number 5. Engagement metrics. There are many metrics that teach you about user behavior. Here are some popular ones. Time on page, also called dwell time. This is the amount of time visitors are spending on a particular page. If they are spending very little time on a long format piece, you know that they are not reading it. Pages per visit. This tells you how many pages a visitor has gone through, which tells you how engaging the content has been. So you can make changes to the content accordingly, or leave it as is. Bounce rate. This is the rate of visitors leaving a page without browsing it. It tells you whether visitors are finding the quality of content engaging or not. So, be sure to read the data, but also use your own judgment to understand what the numbers are saying. Conclusion. The things you might not know about search engine optimization could fill a book. Well, it's true. So first of all, congratulations on making it to the end. In this book, I have tried to talk about all the things that make a search engine like your website. From what SEO is, to its importance to every kind of website, the fundamentals have all been laid out. You have also learned extensively about terminology and what it means to engage in good and bad practices. You've learned about the penalties if you don't play by the rules, and the rewards when you do. You have also learned about shortcuts and why it is a good thing to avoid them. You have even looked at advanced tactics and how simply they can be implemented. Now, a lot of this can be outsourced to professionals who know a lot about the tools that can get all of this and more done quickly and efficiently. But if you can spare the time and do this in-house, you can divert those resources to more creative endeavors that are at the heart of your operations. When you get that high ranking on SERPs as you dream, you gather a lot of eyeballs and might turn them into loyal customers for a lifetime. And that stuff cannot be bought, oftentimes not even with paid advertising. What is SEO? When you practice SEO, what you do is make sure the quality and quantity of the content on your website is channeled towards increasing the traffic on your website. This means to give it more visibility and also expose your brand to as many potential customers as possible. This is an organic way of getting better results when someone looks up information you might have. It is a critical part of marketing your product or service on the internet because trillions of searches are being conducted on the internet every year, and there are an innumerable number of websites that are competing with you to get the same set of eyeballs. A lot of these commercial operations and searches are a big part of how users find brands and their services. When you do a good job with search engine optimization, your website gets better rankings for keywords and phrases from the search engines, and that improves your brand's visibility. This is no longer the open secret that it used to be a few years back. This means businesses have gotten good at tricking search engines to rank their web pages higher to get visibility. So search engines are constantly tightening the screws by changing the parameters through which they rank websites to make the search results more useful to the user, instead of benefiting businesses with subpar content. This is why you need to be on your toes and in the loop on new practices. Search engines are also trying to retain traffic on their search results page instead of redirecting users to other web pages, because advertising is how they make their money. This is why you see certain features on the homepage. Think about this. The Search Engine Results page, or SERP, has both ads and organic results. One such feature is the featured snippet, also referred to as the answer box. This feature gives the user a direct answer to a specific question, instead of redirecting them to a different web page. Search engines are able to make money more efficiently when they cater to the user's needs by keeping them on the SERP pages for a short period of time. But lucky for businesses, some of these can be beaten fair and square with good search engine optimization techniques. That's how, when a user types a direct question into the search panel, they get a brief summary of text from the highest ranking page, which possibly answers the question right away. This could be an organic result based on good SEO. At the heart of it, SEO is basically just understanding the words your potential customer is typing into a search engine when looking for your website, and how you can use that knowledge to draw them towards your website instead of your competition. So, it is fundamentally about understanding your customers. Introduction. With social media and online activity taking over our lives, it has become a necessity for businesses to work with many strategies that make their online presence effective. Companies now work on employing professionals whose entire job is to come up with different tactics that help businesses increase their online traffic. This traffic is, more often than not, dictated and redirected from search engines like Google. And to please them, search engine optimization has become a fundamental part of the operation. Now, a lot of this redirection of traffic is meant to happen organically. If you are a tech-savvy individual who is able to keep up with the changes in the many algorithms employed by search engines, you will be able to make sure, to some extent, that your website never falls off the radar of said search engines. Strategies that involve such organic ways of building traffic are also a preferred technique, no matter what kind of website you run, because these strategies bring more customers naturally to the product or service a business offers. Research has shown that this increases your website's chances of growing traffic by 20 times when compared to paid advertising, whether you look at the numbers on a desktop or a mobile. SEO strategies are not just a practical way to get more attention from search engines, but are also a marketing strategy that continues to reward you over time. This includes keeping tabs on including the correct keywords for every bit of content you publish on your website, because these keywords help search engines give your page the high ranking it deserves. This ranking plays a big role in the order in which search results are displayed for any given user query. This, in turn, gives your website the visibility you are shooting for. Make your content interesting and relevant, and over time, you will see that something as simple as adding the right keywords will help your traffic skyrocket. But this is not just about strategy. Including the right keywords essentially started off as a way to tell the search engine what your content is about and how it should be indexed. Every search engine uses crawlers to gather information about the content on the internet. These crawlers come back with binary data, in zeros and ones, that helps the search engine make an index. This index goes through an algorithm designed by the search engine and checks to see if your website matches the query entered by a user. When you optimize your website for a search engine, what you are doing is making sure that the content on the website has all the requisite information and metadata that any person who is looking for such information is likely to type into the search bar. This metadata includes the right title, descriptions, and tags that are relevant to the corresponding content. This needs to be relevant and informative. Let's dig a little deeper into that. Advanced tactics. Learning about the best practices is a way to get in the game and stay there. But over time, you need to build on those learnings so you can take it to the next level and edge out the competition when it comes to running digital campaigns. That requires employing a few advanced strategies. Number 1. Build topic clusters. This is about a cluster of content that is created from a main theme. You create a variety of topics as subcategories and link to the page with the main theme. This means you have one umbrella topic and many other pieces under it, so that your readers who are interested in that topic stay on your site for a longer period of time till they get all the information. It also gives you the opportunity to place hyperlinks of these pieces among themselves as related topics. Number 2. Do an SEO audit. The other way to improve your SEO is to audit your website. This helps you understand the link between sales and search traffic. You can hire experts to help you out, but if you understand the base logic, you will be able to do it yourself. Audits are a systematic way of understanding a concept or an event. Typically, this word is associated with financial stuff, but it's a real thing in the world of SEO too. It helps you engage your existing customers while attracting new ones. When you perform an SEO audit, you analyze the performance of your website on the whole and create goals and strategize for the future. This helps you increase your profits by fixing any problems or gaps you might have with the existing content on your website. Number 3. Look for journalist keywords. These are keywords that journalists use when they are looking for data. Not to burst your bubble, but journalists often use Google to look for specific statistics to embellish their articles. When you use the keywords that they are likely to use, you give your website an excellent chance to be backlinked in their pieces. When you catch the eye of a journalist from a reputed publication, you get a link back from a high-quality web page. Number 4. Work on internal linking. This is an underrated SEO technique that you can take advantage of. When you link pieces from your own website, you signal to the search engine that you have useful information elsewhere on your website. This is an opportunity for the search engine to discover new content, which is a huge factor when it comes to ranking your website. Number 5. Use dynamic parameters. You need search engines to crawl your web pages easily so that they can be indexed well. So you need to use pagination, which is a process of spacing your content out across multiple pages. This is usually used to divide products on e-commerce websites.